Hello and welcome to Bromance, the Three Gamers. I am Michael.
I'm John.
We are doing a special thing today.
Yep, just the two of us.
Yep. We're going to talk about TGS because we didn't talk about it in the beginning and we thought it kind of needed to be talked about.
Yeah, most of this is going to be just me and Mike talking about what we observed as TGS because, unfortunately, as much as we love Bob and Josh, they're not as dedicated.
Enthusiastic.
Yes. For lack of a better term, enthusiastic like us.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a way to say it. Because, honestly, we're going to be talking a lot about Tecmo Koei. Josh would probably be annoyed because we also like to talk about speculation because he does not like speculation. So
he likes concrete stuff. So, without further ado, we'll try and not make this video like 30 minutes long.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not, because we still have to record. At the time of this, we still have to actually start our recording schedule.
We need to record today. Shnikes, Batman, shnikes.
But alright,
so
let's start off with the elephant in the room. Musou Stars, which I'm pretty damn sure none of us saw coming. I didn't see it coming. I thought it was going to be an Orochi's game.
I didn't see that coming at all. To me, I kind of would have rathered an Orochi game, but with the last Orochi game, I'm kind of happy that they're now delineating that it's, I guess, more just going to be warriors. I don't know if they've confirmed that. They haven't said anything, but Stars is everybody. But the last Warriors game, they had everybody in it, and I think if they do another Orochi game, the thing I would want them to do, and I think that would be the best for them to do, would just be, here's Dynasty Warriors, here's Samurai Warriors, let them go at it. And that's just it. Instead of like, here's, Ryo Hayabusa, who does nothing in, Warriors Orochi 3. And here's, Rachel and Strakenberg. He's interesting.
Yeah, and he really doesn't serve much of a plot in the game. He shows up for one stage and then he's pretty much like, he doesn't make any other appearances.
He's just
in the story. Exactly. It's interesting. Because as of right now, as of this video, Tecmo Koei's having a survey, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, they're having a survey for which characters you would like to see. Exactly.
They're asking it in Japan, but you can, I think, do it in English.
Yeah, they're asking for 3 characters from you have to pick 3 works of theirs. They have to be Tecmo Koei properties they own and make. 3
games. So I'll read it off. That's question 1. Please list 3 characters from among Tecmo Koei Games works that you want to appear in Musou Stars. I will say this now, it's probably ones that have not already been announced.
Yes.
So I think the main character from Tokyoden, you shouldn't pick. Zhao Yun, Yukimura,
Tadakatsu, Lubu, because Lubu's already been confirmed in the one silhouette.
Yeah.
And then there? They have Dead or Alive characters. They have that one game which is about torturing people. I think it's about setting up traps and stuff. I forget what it's called.
They have the Atelier characters.
Yep.
So basically,
you could probably ask for Strattenberg because I don't know if they'll add him.
Yeah, you could probably also ask for Gene d'Arc because let's be honest, that's a game that they own.
Yeah, Battle. Yeah, Bladestorm. That's right.
Bladestorm. So the second question is, please list up the 3 game systems. When they say game systems, they mean basically how the game works.
Like the smithing in Extreme Legends, or Atelier, or stuff in Atelier like alchemy and all that.
Think of features, basically. Yeah. From Tecmo Koei games that you want to be incorporated into Musou Stars. And then it just asks you for a nickname, an age, your gender,
and your location.
Yeah. So that,
take it with a grain of salt, guys. This survey's in all Japanese, so
yeah. So they probably
and Koei's usually not really okay with their Western fanboys' opinion on stuff in the franchise.
I don't think that they're adamantly against Western people talking about it. I think it's just they know where their sales are.
Yeah, sad to say.
They know that Japan is going to be the one that's going to buy their games the most. They're not going to complain that much about it, and they don't want to fight them on it. Whereas in the West, we kind of get, not entitled, we can kind of look frou-frou about it. We're like, but why didn't the game let me be OP? Oh. Hey, how you doing, Bob?
No.
No, he can just sit down.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, Bob's joined us.
He goes down. No, cool. No, you're just waving at me.
Yeah.
I was telling you to get out.
We were talking about TGS. We figured, it'd just be easier for him and I to talk about it. But hey, you know what? It's always good to have.
Well, we've lingered a lot on Stars right now.
Musou Stars has been pretty much our dominant talking point.
Yep.
Honestly, it's interesting.
It is. That was the one big shocker. Then, I believe the next
list of the characters now.
Yep, they have a list of the characters. Time of the recording, like we said, Musou Star has been announced, and a lot of stuff has been leaked or shown already.
Yeah,
but
they have a lot of cutscenes and so on and so forth. So.
What also happened at TGS, because unfortunately, from what we kept looking at, Koei was the one that had the most.
Yeah,
like there were a lot of articles on like DualShockers and Gamitsu about Koei.
Yeah, because
I barely heard anything from like Capcom. The next biggest was Sega, which was we'll talk about them later because now we're just getting
Sega did a lot of stuff, but some things that will eventually affect the channel at least. Samurai Warriors Sanamaru.
Yes.
That got sent. They're getting sent over to the West.
It is. I'm so happy about that.
And they showed off a lot of stuff. They showed off Masayuki, which I'm happy about.
Showed off Masayuki. They showed off...
They announced Cha-Cha. But they announced that beforehand. But they actually, I think, showed her off a little bit.
Yeah. Last stream of Tokyo Game Show, they actually had Cha-Cha playable.
Sasuke Saratobe was announced.
About fucking time. Ever since Samurai Warriors 2, I've wanted Sasuke Saratobe.
He's right up there, man. Like, you got Hanzo, and then next famous ninja, Sasuke.
Exactly. Now all we need is Chengpu and a Dynasty Warriors 9 announcement at the end of this year. Sorry, a little ahead of myself.
They haven't announced it. They promised us there's a big announcement for a title, which I believe it's DualShockers puts their money on
a Ninja Gaiden
4, which everybody's like, I hope to God it is.
Well, Star was a great troll. It opened with Ryu Hayabusa.
Oh, that was awesome.
It was. But they showed that off. Sanamaru's coming to the West sometime.
Next year. I think it's supposed to be the first quarter or the second quarter.
Yeah, it's usually. And then, of course, their other big thing they were talking about was Berserk. Which I'm really looking forward to. Not too happy about the name like everyone else. Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. You could have just called it Berserk, the Band of Hawk. The Band of the Hawk.
No, man, because that would make too much sense. Why would we do that?
But they showed off more gameplay, I believe. They had one was Ketsuga, then they were showing off Zod, and Nosferatu Zod had they showed off his transformation as playable, so he could transform into this giant, hulking, big-horned, winged monster.
From what I saw, it was they had guts, and he was running around. I don't know if the guy was that great at it, or if it was just the game was actually hard.
Oh, come on, you know how this stuff goes. Whenever people are demoing this shit, they suck at it.
Yeah. Although, you know what? One thing, and I think it's the reason why I do love Koei a lot more than other Japanese company, the head of Tecmo Koei, he played Niho.
Yes, I remember hearing about that. It was on a live stream.
Yeah, he played against the main boss of the live stream, and I was like, that is awesome.
It's good to see people having fun with the stuff they make.
Yeah, and they also took the feedbacks from everyone about the game, and they've fixed it, and they're still working on it, because it's not out until February of next year, I think.
Yeah. Everything's coming out in February.
I told you, everything's
or November.
Yeah, everything's either coming out in November. Blaze Blue! Sorry, but we found out today that my Blaze Blue Central Fiction comes out the same day I get Shantae Half Genie Hero. So what the fuck?
Oh yeah, and then, with Berserk, they showed off 2 new characters, and apparently there's only like 8, but, Berserk.
Still upset that there's no Skull Knight, but what are you gonna do?
Maybe he'll be a support, and then, the next game, they'll be like, Skull Knight, first one.
Yeah, but he should have been never mind. I could get on a tangent with this.
We can go on for a day.
No, I figure it is an illegal thing, but at the same time, Boondock Saints. Sorry, we were looking at a picture. Anyway, at the same time, I hope it's not a Ghost Rider issue, because I think Ghost Rider's getting a TV show.
I think so, but we shouldn't get that too heavy off of the topic of this
video.
video.
No, I don't want to talk about the Ghost Rider TV show. I'm just saying I hope that's not a reason they're not putting the Skull Knight into the game, is because people are going to point at it and say Ghost Rider.
He's not. He's nothing like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Trust me, I've been reading the manga and I've been loving it.
Plus, it's Japan. Let's be honest.
It is Japan.
They don't really care what Marvel's doing.
Yeah, they don't give. They don't give two shits. But other than that, it was Nihou. Musou Stars was the big announcement that none of us all saw coming.
They talked about 2 expansions for Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13.
Yep.
And Nobunaga's Ambition, which they said they're like, here's some updates. Nobunaga's Ambition, I have it on the PC and I play it a little bit. I can see why they needed to update it because the whole story just follows Nobunaga, which makes sense. He's the titular character, but it's like, what if I don't want to be Nobunaga?
What about quests?
Exactly. What if I wanted to be, in the game, Tokugawa's father, who apparently is bombastic? And they talk about how amazing he is, and then he dies young, and you're like, no, we're left with this fat Tanuki.
Better than the second fat Tanuki.
He's got a point there. Unless you go with the fat Tanuki that has glowing gauntlets like Sengoku Basara.
I also love, too, in that game, they have Yoshimoto, but he's actually bombastic, like he's supposed to be. And he's just like Nobunaga is in the games, because he's just like, he's whimsical, and he's talking about how he's got to do things for religious fervor. He's just sitting there and like, well, you used to be a monk. And he's like, yes, a monk. And I have to... and he, like, cracks his knuckles. He's like, I have to save the world because I'm the best!
Well, I think that does it about Koei.
Yeah,
that, like we
Koei
said,
is Koei. So
we don't even know how long this has been going on for, but it's been going on for...
about 12 minutes.
12? Wow. Yeah, that's
That's all Koei talk.
That's all Koei talk, and the rest is going to be literally just simple stuff. The other big things you heard from TGS weren't that much. I mean, Capcom, I think, only talked about... They showed off a Urian trailer, because as of this recording, the September update for Street Fighter V has gone through, and he's playable, and I think they had a trailer for him, and then they talked, I believe, about Biohazard 7, Resident Evil 7 for us in the States.
I think they showed off, because I don't know if it was before or after, they did show off some things for Dead Rising 4. But I think it was like a quick trailer.
Yeah, I think it was probably a quick trailer.
It was for both the West and the...
Get a mech suit in that one, don't you?
Yes. That's going to be fun.
What else? That was actually from Capcom. I feel like they didn't have such a big presence.
They didn't.
The next biggest thing that we got at TGS was literally from Sega, but the only big thing I remember hearing from Sega during TGS was about the new Valkyria game, Valkyria
Didn't they talk
Azure
about
Azure Revolution, I believe.
Yeah, they did talk about... I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, they talked a lot about that.
Did they also talk about Yakuza? Because I thought...
Yes! I'm sorry, they talked about Yakuza 6.
Because I heard Yakuza 6, and then I've also heard that they're... this might be afterwards, but they talked about they're bringing a Yakuza game over here, Yakuza 0.
Yeah, that's after.
Yeah, so...
But yeah, they showed off, I think, the premise of 6. They showed off some mechanics about how you can make your own street gang in the form of, like, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So, all that.
Yes!
Never played a Yakuza game. I remember the first one on the PlayStation 2 all those years ago.
I haven't played a Yakuza game, but I am interested because it's such happy memories from last TGS.
Yes.
When they were like, Yakuza, and then they went through this whole line of Japanese, didn't know what the hell they were saying, and then they showed a trailer, and it was a montage, apparently, of all the games. And then there's, I guess, the main character of Yakuza. He's sitting there. He looks at a child. He talks to the child real quick. The child says something back, and he just returns and hauls off and open hand smacks her. And then I'm looking at him like, what the fuck is happening? And then it goes to him, like, dancing in a fish suit or something.
And they said that one might come over to the West depending on how good Zero's does.
I was like, what the hell is this? But,
I know for Valkyrie, because I was interested in that, they talked a lot about the second demo, which apparently is restricted to only people who were at TGS to get a code. So they took the feedback from the first demo, and then decided we got a broad spectrum of people to tell us, and then they were like, fuck that, we're now condensing it into
like
not even
well, you know what?
2% of
This
probably
was
people.
well, no, this actually was the highest TGS.
Yeah, but
ever
compared to probably
on
how
record.
big the demo was,
Oh,
that
yeah,
came
yeah, I mean,
with Valkyria Chronicles Remastered.
You might have got like a well, if everybody at the TGS picked up the demo and played it, you get maybe a quarter of probably what they would.
No, they didn't pick up the demo. It was literally the second demo that's coming up.
No, I meant like the code.
Oh, yeah.
If they picked up the code.
Yeah.
Then, you might have, because I think they said, what, it was like 250,000 or more, around 300,000 that were at TGS?
I believe so.
It was a big number. So.
It was. Literally, I think they showed off a trailer, which was cinematic, because obviously, since it's Japanese, we don't know, but they showed off the gameplay, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. I mean, it's not Chronicles, and I'm okay with that, because it's not Chronicles, it's Valkyria, its own spin-off.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a weird mixture of like some of Valkyria's mechanics with the guns, and then it turns into an action RPG with like 4 people. I don't know. It didn't entice me when I was watching, but I was still like, huh,
this might be interesting.
It's kind of like, what was it, Assassin's Creed Unity when there's 4 players? And it looked great and didn't work?
Yeah, but the problem with that is there were 4 separate human beings on that. This is, you control one person and 3 other AI components.
Okay, then it's just stupid like, AI like The Last of Us.
Kind of like what Fuse or whatever that game became.
Yeah.
I missed that game. That game was going to be so awesome.
Yeah, Fuse, the whole family.
They fucked it up. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty much all we heard from TGS. But afterwards, they did do some announcing. What is the company?
Marvelous announced that after the time of this recording, they've already announced that a new Senran Kagura game is in development, but they haven't told us what the game is or what it's going to do. And all we have as of right now is a lovely picture of Yagyu holding a Super Soaker. And that is all we have.
Well, there was something else, because it's something he said, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, new breasts.
Yes, new breasts. Because that's what everybody was like. They're like, so are they saying there's new characters, or is it that there's like a new engine? What's going on?
Well, maybe they've all got 3 breasts, like that guy from James Bond.
I hope it's not a spin-off game, because I really want it to be either Senran Kagura 3 to progress the story, or another Versus episode. But time will tell, depending.
Gamatsu, I have to say, I love the fact that you had to clarify that, because that's the one thing everybody knows about the Japanese. They love 2 things, puns and sex.
So sex is amazing.
So whenever they make sex puns, they've basically hit their quota. So Takaki said, "I'll show up for a second," and then the editor had to write a note. This is written as a boob pun. There you go.
Yeah, but that's about it. I think we should probably start wrapping this video up.
Yeah. So
final thoughts, I guess.
I guess what was your overview, your overtake of how you felt TGS was?
If I had to give TGS a grade, I would probably give it a solid C+. It wasn't. They weren't missing a lot of stuff, but there wasn't a lot there announced from the other companies that really stood out, even on the gaming sites. Like I said, Koei Tecmo and Sega and a little Capcom were the vast majority of what we got on the websites to look at. So, could have been better, could have been worse. I just think 2016's TGS is the equivalent of 2016's E3.
Yeah.
Interesting announcements, not a lot of bang to the buck, but, you know, you had some interesting stuff there.
I think I would agree with you that it's a C. My opinion on the matter, if that even means anything, is I think this is going to go down as a forgettable year.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you look like the year before, there was a lot of announcements, there was a lot of excitement, there was
I would say
going on, and
I would say probably the only announcement you might remember this year is just Musa Star, just because it came out of left field, and the troll leading up to it was pretty good.
Because it was just like, what the fuck is this?
I was like, is this a Roshi game? No? What the fuck is this?
I don't like that Tecmo keeps fucking us around. We've got a big announcement, guys.
Oh my god. If it's not Dynasty Warriors 9 with the new fucking engine, I'm gonna be pissed. Because I don't give a fuck about Ninja Gaiden if you guys have been keeping up with the channel.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm seeing Ryu everywhere. He's in the Musou Stars, and he's involved in the next Monster Hunter game. Or at least his outfit is.
Well,
Dish.
but, you know.
Yep, that's gonna be us, though. Thanks for sticking with us. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, or, tell us in the comments section what you thought about this year's TGS. Did you think it was good? Did you think it was shit? What games did you like? What games did you hope would be announced? I really wanted Dynasty Warriors 9 with Chang fucking Poo announced! Sorry.
I'm telling you, it's going to be like it is every time they announce it. But we'll save that for the commentary.
You're right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
See you in the next episode.